That sexy smile.
Hi, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Ari, and today we are doing a very spring, pinkety, almost Korean like makeup because spring is coming, even though it's like so cloudy outside. But save this for your springtime, okay? Without further ado, let's get right into it. First, let's pop in a pair of contacts. I'm gonna wear these brown ones to just lighten up my eyes a little bit. You see how it's just like a little bit more brown than like dark jet black? You guys already know I love my Red Earth primer, so we're gonna first start with that. I already prepped my skin, but we still need a little bit of primer. And we are just gonna rub this all over, whether it's our eyes, around the nose especially. And when we touch it, it's not too sticky, then we're like, okay, we can move on. First things first, let's take care of my under eye. My absolute favorite combo. Okay, this is super important. After you wet your sponges, make sure you have one of these like towel to make sure it's like padded, like not too wet. It just needs to be moist. And when we are doing this, very light and gentle pats. Okay, let's move on to the yellow. And having like that towel is nice because you can kind of wipe your brushes on there first. And I have like one of these little things that I can just really make sure there's no product left on the brushes before I use it. And we can see the yellow really neutralizes everything. We can even drag this yellow a little bit right here. If you have extra anyways. Oh my god, there's a plane. To just really brighten that whole area.
Nice.
Under eyes wear. Okay, moving on to the foundation. I've been honestly obsessed with like Chinese makeup lately, so I'm gonna be wearing the Eyebrow foundation. I don't even know how to pronounce it. Maybe like a little bit more. There we go. And then we're gonna use a thin brush like this to spread it out. Y'all see how it's like super lightweight, but it like also covers to a certain degree. Okay, and then to really get that flawless finish, I'm gonna go in individually to spot correct. This is a camouflage cream that like I also got in China, but this thing goes crazy. Like for example, you see how I have like this little pot of something right here? And it'll pretty much like airbrush it. And let's see, is there anywhere else? I'm gonna go right here and just plot it in. You see how I'm like pushing? I had way less imperfection than I expected. And the next thing, if you watch my videos, you know I love my highlighters. Highlighters, but not just any kind of highlighter. It's like these highlighter that just plumps out your face. And let me show you guys what I mean by that. You put it anywhere where your face indents in. Right here. Right here. Right here. And right here. And I want to just show you guys the difference between like before I do the other side. And this is a technique that's used very much in China and like doing makeup, where you don't have to use contour to like have shade and light. You use more highlighter than contour, so it's less dirty. Look at the difference.
Oh my god! Wow!
Look at how my nose just came out. Like, isn't that crazy? Look at who came out to play. Okay, let's start doing the contour real quick. I don't contour too much, to be honest. I just do enough because I don't like the dirty look of it. Here, using the Judy doll, I'm using the 01 highlight and contour. And we're gonna take this lighter shade and just start plotting. So right here, we're gonna first make our C. See that difference? Then we contour downwards. And we can do a line right here to make our button nose go up. Okay, Slay, that's pretty good for the contour. We'll clean this whole thing up later, but we're gonna take the same shade and kind of give our eyes a little bit of shading too. Because when we're thinking about someone who has a more defined face, right here is usually contoured where their face is folded, and also right above the eyebrow right here. You see how this part usually starts folding? We're gonna create that same effect on our super flat face. You see how this face looks a little bit more folded than this part over here? I'm gonna take the art class Too Cool for School in the shade number 1, Classic. And then we're just gonna contour a little bit on the outer corner. For example, you can see my cheekbone. I think it's my cheekbone. Protrudes outward, so we're gonna pat a little bit right there. And then kind of contour right under, because if you guys look at my face is very rounded out. Of course, don't copy makeup tutorial completely. You want to look at your face and see what to contour. For example, if you have a really long face instead of like a really round face like mine, what you want to do is not slimming this part, but it's actually to puff out more so your face actually appear a little bit rounder. You see what I mean? You take what suits you out of a makeup tutorial. You see how I was talking to you guys and then I got a little bit too out over here? That's totally fine. Let me show you guys how to fix that. Just take one of these like white shades and just pat it away. And later on, I'm gonna put blush on it anyway, so it's like chillin'. Okay, let's move on to the eyeshadow. Don't forget to kind of clean up your crease before you do that. Over here, I have the Better Than palette in 03 Rosebud Garden. And first, let's just start by putting a pink shade all over our eyes. We will take this one right here. And start putting it upwards. And then don't forget the under. And then we are gonna go in with this really pinkety shade and just put it kind of all over. To just create a little bit of dimension with the pink. We will do a little bit of these sparkles. Let's do this pink one right here. And then let's move on to eyeliner before we come back to more eyeshadow, depending on how we are feeling. I'm gonna use a brown tight line. And we're gonna slowly kind of drag the eyeliner out a little bit Again, if you have, for example, longer eyes and you want a slightly more rounded look, what you are gonna do is drag it downwards. And for me, I'm gonna actually wing it upwards a little bit because this is actually the widest part of my face. So the last thing I want is elongating it. You see how this eyeliner just kind of suits my eyes naturally a lot better. I get there's like a certain like, okay, if you're doing Korean style makeup, the eyeliner goes downwards. But a lot of time putting like a template on one fits all doesn't really actually suit your feature. It's just a stylistic choice. So I really do recommend just doing your makeup however suits you, because then your feature looks like your feature. It's like your personal makeup, you know what I mean? Since my eyelashes is permed, I'm not going to purposely curl them. I'm just gonna brush on a little bit of mascara. Just enough my falsie is able to kind of grab onto them. And today, the falsie of choice it's the same one I always use. I'm almost out, but thankfully I'm going to Asia soon, so I will get more of that. And you guys know how I feel about clusters. We only do clusters in this household. Okay, no strips. Do not do a full strip. It does not go nicely with your eyes. And picking the eyelashes that suits you really makes like the world of difference. Because you see how these aren't like too much, they're just like, what the freak?
A few inches later.
Okay, we can brush out a little mascara just to make sure everything is with each other. She's cute, she's cute, she's cute, she's cute, she's cute. Okay, let's move on to the under eye, the under eye, the under eye. Why am I so hyper right now? Let's take this kind of brush. I'm gonna draw like some underlines. Okay, we've deepened that part. But the next thing we need to do is clean it up. I'm gonna take the art class. This is my favorite AQ eyeliner thingy ever, because it's literally like so easy to use. And then let's brush some under eye mascara. This one, I really liked it in the beginning, but now it's starting to get really messy. It's one of the Cosmo Award from Japan. But it was really good for the first like month. So after that, I always like to use the Judy doll to just kind of like dry heal it, you know what I mean? Because the other mascara is so wet that it's always like moving around. Okay, I think it's time to move on to the eyebrows. Eyebrows, eyebrows. Let's take this little witty bitty brush. We're first just gonna brush on some like powder, and then we'll go in with the pencil. This brow pencil, it's called like AKK. Literally the best brow pencil I've ever used. It's like so thin that you're really able to control where you're putting the strokes. We're gonna brush out a little lighter of a brow gel. I just realized I forgot to press record, but I basically set my face with the Can Make powder, and this will help puff out some area, but I also need to go back in to give my face a little bit of contour. Okay guys, we're gonna take the Dasecue, oh my god, I'm so bad at pronouncing names, Candy Berry. I'm gonna take the lightest shade and just kind of put it all over first. That's kind of like that base. Then we'll take this one right here and start it puffing right in that middle of the face. And then we'll take the next shade and start slowly doing like right under the eye. And we'll kind of put a little bit right here too, just to give it a coherent look. And if you have a really long face, putting blush on your chin actually shortens your face, so there's that. Okay, slay. That is pretty much the blush. Let's dot my Moles. We'll just do one right there. We'll just do one right there. Highlighter. Let's do the glass skin look of a highlighter. I'm gonna take the Hen's highlighter and we're gonna go right here. I'm gonna put it right at points we want slightly puffed out. Moving on to the lips. Let's do this Into You shade in GW01 and we'll make it a little bit more matted today. Wait, just kidding, a little bit more glossy. I really said, it's whatever mystery box it's gonna be. It's pretty much like my lip color, but it's also like very peachy, very like the title. Let me go do my hair and I'll show you guys the final result. Thank you so much for watching this far. See you in a sec. There you guys have it. This is the final look. I also did another makeup tutorial recently. It's the old money aesthetic makeup look. So if you like this one, don't forget to check that one out. But anyways, thank you guys so much for watching all the way till the end. I don't know if I should do more makeup tutorials, so let me know in the comments. And also what kind of content you guys like to see. And see you guys next time. Bye!
You got me shaking, yeah, I